You are spending the money the way you are. Not be saying you go collect the money, the first thing you go and do is to go and buy one car and be cruising around town. Alright? So that's about investors. And the investor does not necessarily have to be a bank. Investor can be an uncle, it could be a brother who loves to do business. Say, bro, over ṣe business àbí mo lè fún ẹ lówó bọ̀ máa gbówó mi padà mo dẹ̀ máa gbèrè lórí ẹ̀ báwo ló ṣe jẹ́. Then you now need to convince them that this is how it's going to go and this is what will happen, this is how we get the money back. And once they are convinced, they give you the money. The other one now is studios. You know, studios are not really common in Nigeria. Studios are not common in Nigeria, but it's common in abroad. Studios are organizations that they do film production. Once you go and give them your story, that, oh, I have this story, and they read it and they love it, they will take it off you and they will take care of all the production. All right? Like First Blood. First Blood by Sylvester Stallone. When he went to that, said, this film cannot sell. They said, okay, if you want us to produce it for you, we need to cut costs. Your mother will play your mother. Your sister will play your sister, so that we won't have to spend money on all of move on. So there are three main aspects of film production. Like I told you before that, a producer gets involved right from the concept to the screen. So at that journey in between, there are three major stages. The number one is the pre-production stage. That's the number one, the pre-production stage. So as a producer, you are going to be involved with all the stages. But like I said to you before, sourcing for fund is the number one challenge for a producer. So don't forget that. So the pre-production is that aspect where you plan and you organize everything that you're going to need for the project, the logistics and everything. This includes hiring of key personnel. Key personnel. Who are the key personnel? Have you been taught that? The director, the cinematographer, the sound man, the costumier, all of them, the lighting gaffer, you know, all those key personnel that you need for the production. So that's when the location manager of this world, so you are going to hire all of them and you will take care of the logistics of the project. So all these people, you negotiate with them, how much are they collecting, all right? So because that will form the basic element for you to come up with a budget that is very robust, all right? So you need to do that. So once you hire all of them, okay, and this other, then you must be able to create a robust budget. Even up to part of the key element that you do is selection of location. You know there are some locations now, you don't get them for free. You have to pay. You have to pay for it. Some people now, they hire their houses out for movies. So if I'm going to get a house for free, and you are going to pay for the house for your own movie, you know your own budget now will be more than my own. Because some of the things that I need for my own, I'm getting it for free. So those are the key elements that will determine what your budget is going to look like. All right? Your casting director, too, we have an input. Who are the people that you want to use? If you want to cast somebody like RMD now, you know you are going to pay through your nose. That will cost you a lot of money. So based on your budget, too, determine who are the people I can cast based on what I have. Based on the budget that is available to me. Do you understand? Sometimes you want to cast some people and they have other productions. They are even willing to be part of your project, but when you are ready to shoot, they are another project. So they can't combine the two together. So then you now start looking for someone else that can fit in. Then in the area of casting too, because as a producer you get involved in the casting, it's not just casting the beautiful face alone. You have to look at that dialogue and the role. Are you really sure that the person that you want to put in that role can really deliver? Do you understand? There are some people in the movie now, what they can do is the role of Jagidi Jagan. You know the role, back, and now you now go and cast that person to come and be doing role of a gentleman. You know, it's. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it might not fly. It might not fly. Like there's nobody coming to my head now. Someone like Shaggy now. Shaggy is somebody like that. So, and you need okay, you want to cast a pastor. You want to cast, and definitely you can imagine when you cast Shaggy to be a pastor in the movie. It's going to be a lousy pastor that will talk anyhow on the altar and turn every message to a joke. Do you understand? So you know that this person will not fit into that role. So it's very important in the area of casting that you have to be very careful. A lot of things that determine that will the person be able to deliver the role, and all that. And another thing is that will I be able to take on that person based on my budget. Based on my budget. Your budget goes a long way to determine if you will be able to have that person. And if your budget is not allowing you, then you have to start looking for another option. All right? So you see now that a producer does a lot of job. So casting, you do it in collaboration with your director. You choose the cast, you negotiate the contracts with the actors, and don't ever forget that in Christendom, you might bring people to come and act your movie, they act, they go. But if you begin to do it professionally, you must have an entertainment lawyer that will draft contracts for you. They must have contracts. All the actors, all the crews, there must be a contract that determines your rules of engagement. Because, you can shoot movie with somebody. It happens abroad. No contract. They will tell you that they didn't give you the right to go and use their picture for public place. That they just thought you just want to, how could you take my face to cinema without my permission? So you need to let them know in that contract that this contract, this is what we are doing, this is what we will do eventually. We'll take it to cinema, it go to a streaming platform, this and that, and they sign for you. I'm only teaching you this, that is how it is done professionally. You have to come up with a contract for everybody that is involved in that production. But if you are doing it in Christendom, there might not be need for that. But the bottom line is that some of you might end up doing it professionally. So it's good for you to have that knowledge now. So now, part of the pre-production is that you have to be involved day to day. All right? You have to be involved day to day with the production to make sure that the production stay on course. You must plan. How many days shoot? Is it 5 days? If you go beyond the number of days, your budget blows up. Because assuming you are shooting far away, you lodge everybody in the hotel and they are eating every day. And your budget says you are going to stay for 5 days. They ended up staying for 7 days. You know that you have to pay for those extra days. So when you're on location as producer, you must tell the director, yeah, a fire. We are going to shoot into the night. So we must spend 5 days because you have to be conscious of that budget. Do you understand? Yes, sir. So you have to follow through the production process, ensuring that they stay on schedule and at the same time within the budget. They must stay on schedule and within the budget. And as a producer, you are a problem solver because there is going to be an unexpected challenges on location. The last time we were shooting with these two cameras, we were almost rounding up, and I think one cord broke. We were shooting close to Kutonu. We went all over to see where we can get the cable. No. So somebody now said, let them use soldering to solder it. So we took it to another place, carry Okada, enter Kutonu, solder it. Then we brought it back, and to the glory of God, they fixed it, and the camera came alive, and we were able to manage. Assuming they could not fix it where we are, that means we must lose a whole day of production because somebody will have to come to Ikeja to come and buy that cable, bring it back in order for us to continue. So there is going to be a lot of challenges that might just arise on site. Equipment can blow up, and it's a very key equipment. It will scatter everything. Apart from the fact that you're going to spend money to fix the equipment, if it delays your shoot, that you have to add another day or 2 days more, You know your budget does what? It blows out. So you must be ready. You must be very proactive as a producer that unexpected issues may arise during production. Weather condition, malfunction of equipment, conflict among teams. Your crew, they might disagree. He's too bossy. He shouts on me. And he will just carry his back. I'm not interested again. I want to go. Eh? Yes. If you have done a contract, it will work. But at the same time, contract or no contract, if the person decides to go and he goes, by the time you want to seek redress, you want to take him to court, abi? But the damage will be done. Won't you incur extra cost? And if you have been shooting and he's the lead actor and he decides to go, that means you have to start the production all over because you can't substitute his face. Do you understand? So in such situation, as a producer, you must be calm and you must be able to have good words in your mouth to pet them and to caress them and to praise them in order for you to get your job done. Do you understand? Even if they have misunderstanding among each other, don't take side. Just beg everybody. Ẹ má bínú, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, Ọlọ́run á ràn yín lọ́wọ́. Ẹ ṣáà jẹ́ ká ṣe. God will bless you. You just have to find a way around it to make sure that you resolve every conflict and be able to get your project done. All right? So we have talked about pre-production, then we've spoken about because productions is when you go to the location. So in that production, you must have determined how many days are we shooting. Then you move everybody in. You plan all the logistics. Which hotel are they lodging? What kind of food are they eating? You must have a welfare department that takes care of their food. There must be like a timetable. In the morning, maybe bread and egg. In the afternoon, this one. In the night, that one. All right? Like that. And you bring everybody. There will be a location boss that moves everybody. And the schedule, you already know what scene are we shooting. Who are the actors that are getting involved in that scene? There is a person that they call first AD that will be on your location as well, who is the one prompting them. You are shooting by 10 o'clock. Get set. Make up, make them up. Costume, give them costume. We're moving now. You understand? Everybody, they are doing their job. So your own is they are all professionals. All those people, they know what to do. So the only thing is you're just making sure that you fit go location now, make your light man go see one fine girl for location instead of him to face what he's doing. He's already distracted. Come now. I'm coming. You know, such things, distraction can happen. So it's you as a producer that you will step in to prompt that person not to be distracted, all right? So that the person will not be distracted so that you can get the job done. So pre-production, that's the first stage. The second one is the reproduction when you move. So in your pre-production, what did I say you do in pre-production? You hire key personnel, get your script together. If you have to take the rights for the story. If you need to buy the story, you buy the story. You have the copyright. You do all your contracts for them. Hire everybody. And that's what you do. Get your location right. So once all that one is done, you now say, okay, we are shooting from Monday to Friday. Everybody, let's go. Once you go, they lodge in their hotel. The welfare takes care of feeding. You follow your schedule. You go to location, camera rolling. You are recording. All your rushes have been taken. And once you do the final day, you say it's a wrap. You are done. So the job of all the crew almost will end at that point in time. But there is still another stage called post-production. So that is when the editor comes in. Sometimes the editor is good for them to go with you to location. It makes your job faster. So they can begin to capture the rushes. Some can even begin to do some basic work while you are still on location. Do you understand? So it now goes to the editor. Then the editor begins to put it together. You get some professionals to help you do your sound. Unlike in Christian movie that we just put any sound. Real movie now, people even hire artists to sing songs for their movies. Some they are even, some they will even chant la 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 la, yeah yeah yeah, and you know, a lot of sounds, scoring. It's not just, you know, gonna do it, because if you, Nigeria too copyright dey now, if you just go leave somebody's song, say it's a Christian movie, you just go and take somebody's song without permission. If the film blow and it sells, they will come to you. But if the film does not blow, they might overlook it. But when they know you are cashing out, they will come and tell you, say, you don't tell us before, we no fight, you know, say we are brothers. But out of that, so, and they have every right to ask. Oh yeah, your question. How do you sell your film to Netflix? That's where we are now. We are in post-production. So, you know, in post-production, there are two aspects of it, which is when you bring everything that you have recorded together to edit it, you put the sound, you put the everything scoring, you put all the credits and the rest like that, all right? Till you get your final cut of the movie. All right? So you get everything together and it becomes a whole movie. That's the number one aspect of the post-production. And the people involved in post-production is the editor, those people that will do the scoring. There's something they call VFX too. VFX is special effects. Sometimes they use computer-generated images. They call it CGI, but these days it's VFX. Everybody comes together to make it beautiful. All right? There's in the editing too, they have color coding, Abi. Color grading, everything all together. So as a producer, it's you too that will still be involved in that. You are the one that will choose who the editor will be. How do you get the sound, the scoring and everything? You still get the professionals, hire them to do all that job. So once your movie is ready, final cut, you have asked a very good question. Because ọjà tí wọ́n bá fowó rà, owó lèèyàn máa fi pa. Once you have spent money for the production, you know, say how do you get your movie down to streaming platform? Okay, how do you market? Because in that aspect of film production that in Christendom we don't take serious. Christendom we don't take it serious. Because marketing is a whole lot. There are some products that are not good, but because they market it very well, Etiralu, this thing that Davido marketed, like chips that they put in the mouth. Have you eaten it before? Is it good? It's absolute rubbish. I ate it. But do you know why I bought it? Because it's Davido that did the advert. I thought for Davido to do this advert, this thing must be good. But I put it in my mouth and said, wow, this is rubbish. So do you understand what I'm saying now? It means that you have to make a whole lot of noise. Do you see the noise that Funke Akindele made about Tribe of Judah?
Yeah, everything.
T-shirts, sneakers, bags. Do you understand? So you need to, because when you are planning for your film production, don't plan your budget based on how much we are paying for location, how much for feeding, how much for the actor, how much for the equipment. There must be a large chunk of your budget also for marketing and advertising and promotion of that project. While you are on location, you can call Jara or anybody. Entertain, just come. Do a close-up with some of the actors. Do some little interview. Give them brand envelope. Let them begin to talk about the movie even while the movie is not yet out. They're already talking about it. You too on every day. Do something on the social media. Get social media influencer. Cost on little bits and pieces. Put it on social media. People that have a lot of followers, let them begin to help you to drive it. All right? So you have to do all that. Billboard, if you have money, billboard adverts. Lagos, listen, Lagos buses can carry the... If you want to get on Amazon Prime and Netflix, your project number one has to be very good. Because they have their standards. You understand? You have to get all the technicalities, beautiful story, you have to get it right, all right? So when you get all that right, and if you have a director that has clout, there are some directors that have clout. On Netflix now, you will see this movie by Adeolu Adekola, Shalagbafoni Abi, something landlord. I can't remember the title now. It's a worthless movie, and it's on Netflix. Why? Because it's Adeolu Adekola. Do you understand? So who is directing your movie too? Who are the people working on your project? Determines. But what you will do, hello, see the person that asks questions, you are not listening. Should I? What you will do is that you approach them. If you need their number, you just don't go to Netflix or Amazon Prime. They have representatives like Film One. Film One represent them. So they have representatives. So you submit your project to them. They will tell you that you should watermark your project and send it to them. So once you watermark it, which means this one is not for sale, it's not, you can say they now watch it. Once they watch it and they believe it meets up with the standard, they will take it and they will invite you to come. So they will go into contract with you. Okay, we are going to be taking the right of this film from you for the first 2 years. So while Netflix is showing that movie, it will not show on Amazon. It will not show on which other one? Amazon is still Prime now. Whether Prime Video, whatever. Once you enter into contract with one, once you enter into contract for like a year or two with them, at that point in time, it cannot show on other platform. Until when their own contract expires, that you can take it somewhere else. So once they watch your movie now, they can now say, okay, fine, we'll pay you $20,000, depending on the quality of the movie. They can pay as little as $10,000. They can pay as much as $50,000, $100,000, depending on the quality and possibly the link. You know everything for Nigeria and a connection. So that's how to get there. The normal challenge is that once you finish your project, you submit it to them. That, oh, this movie, oh, do you think is good enough for you to take it on? If they say it's good enough, but one other method that people get to streaming platforms is that they take their movie to cinema. So if you go to cinema and the movie is a winner in the cinema, all those Netflix, they will be interested. They will queue up. They will queue up for it. See, we had that movie gross 300 million, 400 million, 100 million in the cinema. I said, it must be a good movie if people can turn out. And not everybody have the chance of going to the cinema. Some people prefer to watch, so they will be on your neck that you should bring it. And even if you do very well in the cinema, you will use that to leverage when you are negotiating with them on how much they should pay you. So it's always good to first go to the cinema. But most cases, when you go to cinema, you don't really make money, you only make noise. Because the cinema houses and the film distribution company, the percentage that they take. Once they are, Akindele, hey, Blockbuster, 600 million. Out of that 600 million, Akindele if you not get past 80 million. They cut, everybody takes the tax on it and the rest like that. So you just don't just make movie and go to streaming platform. Your product has to be very good. It must have directors that has clout, or part of the crew must have clout in the industry. So that when they just say, okay, is this person that directed? Oh, this is the person that acted in the movie. That one enough. We attract them and we make them to be able to give you a good offer. So that's how to get there. But like I said, the post-production part of it is the marketing and the distribution. You must develop strategies to promote and to distribute the film effectively, collaborating with distributor and marketing teams. So we have some distributors like Film and the rest of them. You can go to them and say, this is my project, I want you to collaborate with me. And once you put pen on paper and you're able to agree, they will help you. But you can do so much on your own as well. Just like I said, you can use social media to start promoting it. You can go on television to talk about it. You can begin to release clips, something about the movie on a daily basis, sharing with people, coming soon, this, that, and then you cut a snippet, which is less than 1 minute, that can go on Instagram. Even after the snippet, then you now do the trailer. That could be like about 2 minutes, that you begin to share then you can do posters, banners, make noise, go on radios, go on television. If you have contacts on TV that can invite you for interviews so that you go and talk about it. So those are the things, but all those things, cost money. So for every film production, don't just think of the money that you are going to spend on producing movie alone. You must think of money that you will spend on promoting it, because that's cookies, or what do you call that Davido advertise is crunchy. It's because they spend money on the advert. That's why that product is still out there, because the product is no good. So even if you produce a badly produced thing, movie, and you spend money to make noise, how many of you have seen Chief Daddy Part 2?
Going for broke.
You see that movie is rubbish film. All right?
Some are rubbish.
But because they spent a lot of money on, so all of you watched it. I too, I watched it. Praise the Lord.
Chief Daddy going for broke.
So now I want to conclude now. I said overall, a producer plays a multifaceted role, combining creative and business aspects to successfully bring in movies from concept to screen. So a producer must not only be creative alone, you must have business skill. All right, are you listening? Because film production too is business. You put in money so that you can generate money. So in as much as it's a Christian movie, you will evangelize, but have it at the back of your mind that the money that you are putting into, you need to recoup it. Because if you don't recoup it, you won't have money to produce another one. So if it's your uncle that gave you money to produce the first one, and you want to go back to that same uncle to produce the second one, by the time you go to that uncle the third time and say, take am easy now, ṣá yé ẹnìkan ni mo wá ni? Do you understand? So if your uncle and your aunties are able to give you little to do one, then do it well, so that that one can now generate little money, even if there's no profit. But the little thing that you get, you can now use it to do another one and to keep sustaining what you are doing. Do you understand me now? Yes, so as a producer, you must combine the creative aspect of it with also a deep sense of business in order for you to stay afloat, so that you don't go cap in hand begging for funds all the time that you want to do a production. Do you all get me now? So I rest my case now.